Hello everyone, good morning. Welcome back to some more Let's Play Quest for Glory 4 with me, your host Tim. What did we do? We left off. That was yesterday. Last night I was recording. We spent another night outside. That's right. And we now have... We now have... Oh! Yes, here it is. A hat. It's a faded, well-worn hat. If it's seen better days, they must have been years ago. However, we know a particular skull that wouldn't mind having something to make him look cool, and I will admit that it does look pretty cool on Bonehead.
You cast the protection spell.
So let's go ahead and give this to him, and see if we can get an audience with Baba Yaga today. That's gonna be interesting, I'm sure. What else did we do yesterday? I think it was mostly that. We worked on our spells a little bit as well. We told Olga about Boris, and Olga's mentioning how much work it is to actually maintain the place all by herself. There probably is a lot to do in maintaining a store, even if no one is coming in. Still, I guess it can be a lot of work to keep the place neat and tidy. Alright, and that's pretty much it. So, I'll talk more about random stuff once we're done with this little part. Today we're actually be kind of sticking around town, or at least that's my intention, at least. We'll use the excuse to practice our trigger spell. No reason why we shouldn't do the magey thing rather than use the words. Okay, let's also move the hangman. I love that they added that in there.
So, have you got an excuse for being here, or have you just come to keep me company, or what?
Hey, Bonehead, good morning to you. It's been a few weeks, hasn't it? Hello.
So, what are you here for, besides my scintillating conversation?
I haven't heard scintillating in a long time. Let's tell them about our adventures.
You know, if you keep going on doing all that hero stuff, you're gonna wind up with the goody two-shoes blues.
Black and blue and dead all over.
You know, black and blue and dead all over.
Probably. You would know more than I about the power of Baba Yaga and for some of the other evil / mean creatures around here. So, Bonehead, how you been these days?
I was getting kind of bored hanging out here until you showed up. Now I'm dying, so to speak, to find out what happens when you and Baba meet again.
Yes. Well, I have something which might entice you to let us in.
Not bad at all. I can tell by the reflections in your eyes that it gives me character, makes me look mysterious and handsome. Hey, all right, you guys, this guy is okay by me. You can let him through.
Awesome. While we're here,
You cast the reversal spell.
I can't think of a reason not to keep that up and going on us. Alright, we are allowed to visit the hut. Let's go ahead and visit the hut. Ah, goodness, it's been a long time, hasn't it? Baba.
Skulls line the pathway to a most peculiar chicken-legged hut. There can't be many like it. This must be Baba Yaga's hut, last seen in Spielberg.
Alright, well, we're as ready as we're gonna be to visit Baba Yaga. Oh wow, I thought it was actually quite smaller, but we're actually getting tinier, so this is a pretty big hut still. Oh, what?
It doesn't like you very much, I guess. Probably blames you for having to fly all the way from Spielberg. Maybe you could find something to win the bird-brained hut over and calm it down.
Ah, right. I forgot all about this. Okay, well, I wanted to hang around town anyway today, so we'll need something from town in order to calm down the hut. Okay, we'll talk. I think we can talk about the rest of this later. Alright then. Well, thank you, Bonehead. I'll see you later then.
Bye-bye, guy.
Alright, so we have Bonehead's permission to enter the hut, but we don't have the hut's permission to enter the hut. Oh, wait! we had read a long time ago that there was a Dark One's sign hidden by the spirit here by the tree, didn't we?
You cast the aura spell.
Let's see if there's anything in the tree.
You've seen better trees to climb. After all, you really don't want to end up hanging around here. Searching it, you find a large knothole, but there's not anything inside of it.
Oh. It's missing. The most likely excuse, and I believe the correct excuse for this, is that Baba Yaga has it. Probably set up shop here for some time. I mean, her petal mortar is right near the Hangman's tree, so she probably has the Dark One's ritual. Great. So now we have to bargain. If assuming this is true, and it is true, then we're going to have to bargain for that, in addition to bargaining for the humor, or threaten her, or something like that. I can't imagine threatening Baba Yaga is going to work very well. She was much more powerful than us last time, and she is still probably more powerful than Galvin is. I don't need to see the Lishi today, so we'll go and do that a little later. Okay, so... Right, I want to talk about...
Your reversal spell is wearing thin.
Quest for Glory 5 a tiny bit.
You cast the protection spell.
So I don't know if I mentioned it in this video series, but at the end of the last one... One second, I'm waiting for my...
Your reversal spell has worn off.
You have to wear off. So I had recorded, it turns out, about an hour, 2 hours, like 14 minutes or so of video about 3 years ago when I first was doing this playlist. And I was watching it last night, and it actually came out pretty good. I actually like it, but I'm going to be redoing that the video anyway with this Galvin rather than the last Galvin that went through here. It's basically exactly the same. Maybe the stats will be slightly different, or the spell levels will be slightly different. But what I noticed is that when I joined into the game leveled all of my spells to 400, with the exception of, well, let me rephrase again. Watching the intro video that I had done, where I imported Galvin into Quest for Glory 5, not this one, but the one from 3 years ago, it improved all of his spell casting to 400, with the exception of... Oh, fight time.
Your aura has evaporated.
With the exception of... It looked like Fetch, Dazzle, and Aura. Everything else, though, was leveled to 400. I don't know if my combat skills, like Frostbite, what have you, were leveled to 400, because they were.
Pretty funny.
By that I mean, if maybe they were 400 because I had leveled them to 400 in this game, but I totally, I remember not leveling everything to 400.
Your weapon is now magically charged.
With this in mind, I'm not going to bother improving my spells very much. In fact, I'm pretty happy now with Aura and Protection where they are. I'm not going to bother improving Fetch anymore, because I think that gets lowered to 200. So... And my open looks like it reached 400 as well, naturally. So we can just work on beating the game, and we'll see what our stats are afterwards. So I'm not going to attempt to delay. I can't think of a reason to make the spells incredibly powerful in this one. Our current ranks should suffice for everything in the game, to my knowledge. So I'm going to begin leveling spells I haven't been casting very often up to 300. But I'm not going to try to get anything else up to 350. Okay, well, we are right near what we need in order to get the hut to calm down.
Tall shocks of corn have been harvested and wait here to be stored for the winter.
Chickens like corn feed, I think.
Your protection spell has worn off. You take an ear of the corn and put it away in your pack.
Wonderful. All right, then. That will help us see the hut. Though I think we'll do that tomorrow, not today. How much Grugu do I have? 2. 2 empty flasks. What time is it? You know what? Let's go back down and get some more Grugu really quick. I want to trade those for the potions to the doctor. How many potions, by the way, do we have? 7 cure poison, 8 healing. So we probably won't need any more unless things go extremely bad for me. This will give me an excuse to do a bit of odds and ends outside, I suppose, as well. So let's head on down.
You cast the protection spell.
I probably really wanted to keep some of the video. It's pretty hilarious seeing my first reactions to things in the game. Again, the last time I had played the game, well, okay, so it was like 2.5, 3 years ago. I think 2015? February 2015 is when I recorded those parts, so coming up on 3 years. But before that, it had been 1990-something, year 2000, was the last time I had played Quest for Glory 5. Judging from the video quality as well, it looks like I must have had some trouble recording it at high resolution. So, oh, then again, it's gonna be the same as this video, I suppose, right? What's the video quality on this uploaded to YouTube? 480 probably is the max. Oh, another fight. What are we fighting? What is it? A bunny. Has to be a bunny. Yep, it's a bunny. Let's just cast these a bit. Getting ready for you, bunny. Alright, that's good. Wow, awesome work, Galvin. Awesome work. Alright, so let's cast Zap.
Your weapon is now magically charged.
Keep going down. It's going to be quite different now that I know what to expect for Quest for Glory 5 with our stats. I can actually play the game without needing to grind. Or at least I believe that will be the case. Okay. I want some Grugu today. And we'll hold on to 1 empty flask. Yeah, a whole lot of work just to come down here for that, but whatever. It'll be worth it. Gives me an excuse to pass by some time in game as well. Yeah, so I probably won't have to do very much off-screening, if any, this time. It's gonna be interesting. I think interesting I've been thinking about is that, what time is it? It's been 2 weeks since we were last in Tarna. So keep that in mind as well. Like, we went from being on the savannah and the jungle therein, surrounded by all our friends, to now we're up here in woodlands, in the middle of fall. Well, I guess it was fall there too, right?
Your protection spell has worn off.
Oh, what's the name of the world we're in? Gloriania, I think, is the name of the planet we're on.
You cast the aura spell.
That was a misclick. I wanted protection.
You cast the protection spell.
So why are we hanging around town then tonight, Tim? Is there a reason why you're doing it? What time is it, by the way? Yeah, okay, so we'll exercise at the exercise machine. We'll practice a spell off screen really quick. Oh, another fight. What are we fighting this time? Necrotar.
You cast the
Awesome. Good work, Galvin. That wasn't so bad. Looks like it needs a bit of distance to ram you.
Your weapon is now magically charged.
To charge you and try to gore you. So moving up a tad makes it back up a tad as well. Shame I can't use a joystick for that, for fighting there. I actually need to figure out what the keys are to make me move up, so I don't have to click on the screen to make Galvin move up. It'd be a lot easier to do the battles if I can actually just use the keyboard for it entirely. Alright, so what are we doing now? I guess we are visiting the doctor. We'll just get some potions, then we'll do some of our exercising. And while we're here, I guess we'll ask for another empty flask. No talking. No talking during that. Come on, Tim, you gotta think of some other stuff to talk about. Well, let's go talk to the doctor first.
It is good to see you again, my young friend. Have you ever considered taking up a career in science?
I have, Doctor, but, well, magic is more my type of thing. Hello, Doctor.
Say hello to the scientist.
Welcome back, my young friend.
I have some more Groo for you, Doctor. Oh, that's some corn. Give him that.
Oh, that is wonderful. I can always use goo in my experiments. Thank you.
No problem, Doctor. Thank you very much. So...
You really...
So I guess we'll just pretend as if we trade him. We have an agreement with the Doctor now. Oh, also, Doctor, can you spare another empty flask?
You ask Dr. Cranium if he can spare an empty flask for specimen collection.
Of course, of course.
Thank you, Doctor, very much. All right, you have a good day, and I will see you the next time I see you.
You say goodbye.
Be careful out there. It would be a shame to lose such a promising future scientist.
Okay, so now what?
I have been thinking...
I guess we will go and exercise. That will
Your order has evaporated.
give me an excuse to rest a bunch. And then we'll spend the night here. And then tomorrow, we'll try to get access to the hut again. It's the game auto-saving. Oh, right. I can do the thing I've been alluding to and take care of the last thing I want to take care of in the monastery.
Your protection spell has worn off.
So, in the 5th Quest for Glory, judging from my little playthrough of it so far, money is used for a great deal. In addition, looks like your communication skill will be used. We'll also be picking up a new skill. Swimming will be something else we'll be able to learn in the next game.
You pick up 2 of the metal weights and put 1 in each of the baskets.
Okay, let's finish this exercise machine today.
Your legs are too stiff and sore to use this right now.
Okay,
That did...
and we'll just rest here for a little bit, getting back our stamina. Actually, why don't I practice my calm spell for a little bit as well, everyone? I'll be right back. Okay, everyone. Done practicing calm. Our calm is now at 305, and I think I'll be leaving it there. I was looking at my reversal, by the way. Probably should work on that a little bit. But we can work on that tonight with the last of the magic right before bed. Might as well up it a tiny bit, especially if we're going to see Baba Yaga. I don't want to be turned into a frog or who knows what will happen. It's just been a while since we spent the night at the inn, so we're going to go ahead and do that tonight.
The days are getting cooler and shorter. Winter is approaching.
Hello, Dimitri. Good evening.
Good to see you.
Have a good night, sir.
Take care.
Alright, so we can just sleep for maybe 30 minutes.
After some rest, you feel better.
It's now sunset.
You hear movement on the other side of the door. After a few minutes, you hear someone removing the bar and unlocking the bolts on the other side of the door.
You know, I've never tried to break the door down. Doesn't seem a very heroic thing to do, since this is just someone's inn. Hello, everyone. Good morning.
Good evening, Slick.
Hey, how you doing? Good to see you, okay?
Greetings and salutations. Welcome.
Is there anything new to talk about? Innkeeper foot? Nope, nothing new. Alright, let's sit and we'll get our dinner. Been a long time since we've eaten here. What do you think we'll have tonight? Chicken paprika?
You get a fine meal of roast duckling a la garlic.
Oh, that sounds tasty. I like duck. Alright, thank you guys. Have a good night.
They all wave to you in response.
Okay, so let's go to our room. We'll rest like an hour or two. And then we're going to sneak out of the room to go over to the monastery. We could have done this during the day. There's no reason not to as far as I can tell. But I prefer doing this at night anyway.
You unlock the door to your room and go in.
Okay, how are we looking for all our stuff? Alright, let's rest for an hour.
After some rest, you feel better.
I think it's nighttime now. It's not! Alright, well, we can rest another hour then.
After some rest, you feel better.
Okay, let's go ahead and cast our levitate spell.
You open the window and gently float down to the street below.
Yep, you're able to sneak outside if you really want to do so. I just want everyone to think I'm still in the inn. There's no forward windows from the inn, so they won't actually know I'm outside. Let's go ahead and...
The hectopus seems somehow calmer as you present the Dark One sign to it.
Let's head on into the monastery.
You push the Dark One sign into the indentation on the door.
Okay, we've seen everything that there is to have seen in this place. And I remember the rituals well enough that I don't need to leave downstairs here. It's time for us to destroy this place. It'll be very easy, no matter what class you are. In our case, we're going to go ahead and set fire to this place.
That isn't particularly flammable. The flame quickly catches in the desiccated rug and spreads to the curtains and the furniture. You'd better get out of here quickly. You retrieve the Dark One sign from the monastery door, then quickly step away before the hectopus can react. It looks pretty much as you'd expect.
That's right. That's the new saying what will happen whenever we stare at this. We'll take a look at this tomorrow. I think Igor might even have something to say. I know Dimitri definitely will. All right, let's go ahead and get back to bed. Okay, well, let's just... I have a little bit of magic. I guess we should practice something. Let's think here. If I practice open, I think that actually opens...
This is...
Oh, wow, that uses a lot of magic. 306, though. Okay, let's save the game again. Oh, right, I know why I take so much magic. It takes 20, not 2, to cast open sometimes.
This is not a... This isn't... You don't...
What? Alright, let me get to bed, game. Alright, sleep until morning.
You awaken to find the domovoi in your room.
Other needs help. Help funny man be funny, you should. Talk to funny man. Talk to Lishi. Maybe even talk to Ogress, too. That hero business. That's your job, okay?
Sure, Domovoy. That is our job. Yeah, we will do these things. I mean, I already had planned to talk to the Ogress, Baba Yaga. No problem. We've already talked to the Lishi, who gave us the information. We actually can't answer his next riddle yet.
You awaken as the sun begins to rise.
Oh, hello. What is this?
Someone has left a note for you on the chest. You have no idea how they could have put it there without awakening you.
Maybe they had the levitate spell.
The note reads, "Please meet me tonight outside the town gates. I will be waiting." It's signed, Your friend Katrina.
Oh, wow. Okay. Nice. I guess she really did want to wait until I naturally stepped outside the town to see her. Okay, sure. Never leave a lady waiting. So we'll go ahead and visit her tonight. Oh, we don't have to pay rent? Maybe it's 7 total days spent resting at the inn, rather than we reserve it for a week. Good morning, Yuri.
You get a smile in response.
Alright, let's get our breakfast, talk to Dimitri, and then go to Arana's garden, get some fruit.
You eat your plain but nourishing breakfast. It has more than a bit of garlic added for spice.
Thank you, guys. Have a good day.
You get a farewell wave in response.
Yes, okay, so let's... do I have time to record a little bit more? I can record a little bit more at least. Let's go ahead and at least visit Baba Yaga.
The strangest thing happened. Someone broke into the old monastery and burned the place down. I don't suppose you'd know anything about this.
Good morning, Dimitri. How are you doing?
Is it not a coincidence that I smell smoke as you draw near?
It is indeed a coincidence. Actually, it's not a coincidence at all. Have you been inside the monastery?
It looks as if most of the inside was pretty much burned away. It is no great loss to the town and a vast improvement.
Wonderful. I did burn it down. I did it last night.
You describe the evil, the terrible evil you found within the monastery, and how you felt it was necessary to burn the place to the ground so that the evil would not spread.
Perhaps I should learn to value your judgment. It is a good thing the place is destroyed.
It's a bit, I don't know what the word is to describe it. Some of what was in there could have been put perhaps to good use. Though I don't know a way to safely do so, and it would have been dangerous to all the townsfolk. So I guess in I guess in this instance, I do agree that it was probably best to destroy the place. I don't suppose there's any rumors about it.
There are rumors that you have entered the monastery before. It was a bad place, and it is good that it is now gone.
I'm glad to see it's gone as well, and I take it you'll sleep easier?
I keep having this suspicion that you will be getting into even more trouble than you have already. It seems to be your nature.
Indeed it is. Take care, Dimitri. I'll see you later.
Good luck.
We'll take a look at the monastery and our destruction of it later. It's more or less going to look the same. It's just blackened on the front. It's hard to burn down stone. Oh, we'll want to pick some flowers if we're going to go see Katrina tonight. Try to remember to give her some jewelry, if that's even possible. It's a little early to be giving a girl we'd more or less just met, like a gem-studded tiara, I suppose. Well, we can't... it's also a bit, I guess, uncouth for me to say. What else am I going to do with it? But there you have it. I don't even know if she'll accept it. I think it's just something that sits in your inventory. We should try giving it to the Vizolka. I don't believe I even made the attempt yet. Alright, but today it's time to go to Arana's Peace and then the Baba Yaga's. So let's do this stuff.
You cast the protection spell.
It just occurs to me that I would have wanted something in town. However, Galvin doesn't know he would need it. So it can stay there at the moment. Definitely want Arana's garden. I want another fruit. Strolling through the woods, seeing Baba Yaga. I'm sure we'll have lots to talk about. When last we saw her, she turned us into a frog. And she spared our life in return for us being able to bring her certain ingredients so that she could make other food instead.
Your magical lasso floats towards the tree and plucks a single ripe fruit from its branches.
Let's refill our water. Might as well water the bonsai bush while we're here.
You water the bonsai bush.
I think you probably should do that every day. I just don't know how much it's supposed to. I'm talking about real life. I don't think watering a bonsai bush does anything for us. I don't think that sprouts fruit or anything like that. I can't remember it. Looking it up online, I don't think it does anything either. It's just worth a few more points. A few points. Speaking of points, how we looking? Almost 300 honor. Nice. Our stats are slowly going up. And points? What's our points? 205. Not quite halfway done with the game. Okay, so Baba Yaga time. Baba Yaga time. Oh man, we're gonna want to cast a reversal spell. As looks like we're safe just outside the hut. Actually, we should just keep it cast just in case she shows up or something.
You cast the reversal spell.
Might as well cast trigger. Okay, and let's see how Baba's doing today, shall we? Hello, Bonehead.
You again? I thought you'd pick up my clue and shoo. It's not that Baba won't welcome you, it's just that she'll welcome you with open mouth.
It's good to know you've got my back, Bonehead. Thank you, but I really need to see her. Is she in?
She's expecting you. Bats told me she got out a favorite book just for the occasion. How to Serve Man. I cracked myself up.
I haven't heard of that book since the Twilight Zone. How you holding up? How do you like the hat?
Hey, this hat does a good job at keeping the rain and sun off my skull. Yeah, you may not be much to look at, but at least you have your uses.
Well, thank you, I suppose. You do look pretty awesome, Bonehead. I gotta admit, I like that look on you. How's the hut doing?
How should I know what that hut wants? If you want to catch a chicken, think like a chicken.
Right. I have something for the chicken, so we should be able to do well enough. And you? You're doing okay?
I'm still smiling, ain't I? What do you expect me to say? Sorry, I've got a headache.
No, nope. Not at all. How do you move your jaw without... Oh, magic. The whole thing's magic. So, can you tell me a little bit more about the valley we're in?
Baba Yaga came from a place a bit to the east of here, but she always had a soft spot for this little valley. Said there was a lot of dark magic about this place, so she thought she'd spend the winter here before moving back home.
Okay, well, thank you, Bonehead. I guess I'll see you later. If I don't see you again, I'm on the menu.
Bye-bye, guy.
Okay. So I think we'll call the session right before I go in, everyone. I need to use the restroom anyway, so it gives me an excuse to cut the video here. Let's move up. Move out of the way. Yep.
It doesn't like you very much, I guess. Maybe you could find something to win the bird-brained hut over and calm it down.
Okay, so let's cast our reversal.
You cast the reversal spell.
And let's use the corn. It's quite a lot of corn, Galvin. What the heck? Actually, we'll visit Baba today. Let's do it. Right now.
A strangely familiar, scratchy voice shouts, "Now!"
What?
Spirits of the frigid north, spin the water, draw it forth. Frosty spirits, summon twice, turn the water into ice.
You find yourself trapped in ice.
Come for a little visit, are we? A little chat, perhaps? We remembered the last time you came for a little visit, don't we, kids?
Oh, there's Bats. He looks great.
You turned me into a frog, didn't you? Ha! Thought I wouldn't remember you. You thought to yourself, let's just visit Baba Yaga and see what we can turn her into today. Well, you thought wrong, kiddo. Well, now you're here and all trapped like a fly in a web. Just looking at you reminds me of lunch. So, what'll it be, kids? Hero sandwiches or hero on the half shell? Seeing as he is already frozen, we could just settle for a little ice cream sundae with whipped cream and nuts. Oh, good. We'll just skip the main course and go straight to dessert.
Oh man, they want that.
Any last words from the soon-to-be supper?
So, I'm not generally a fan of this type of thing where your suddenly control's taken away from you. I know that if Baba Yaga would have shown up, I'm pretty sure as Galvin, I would have immediately tried to cast something at her to stop her from doing anything. But unfortunately, we find ourselves in this predicament. Reversal didn't help us because she didn't cast it at us. She cast her curse on the water. So it's an indirect effect. So reversal cannot help us. Hello, Baba.
You want those to be your last words? Oh.
Not in particular. I'm here for punny bones, actually, Baba Yaga. I don't suppose... I had no intention to actually harm you during my visit.
You tell about Mr. Bones the Gnome, and the reason you came here.
So, you come here to help the jester get back his jokes, huh? How fitting. He made a fool out of me because you made a frog out of me, and now I'll make food out of thee. Just desserts, after all. So now we can all have our favorite treat to eat. Isn't that right, kids?
Oh, hello. Bats might have an objection.
You'd rather have pie. What? Pie?
She really likes my eyes.
Oh, elderberry pie. It's true we haven't had that for a long while. But I can't very well make one now. I don't have any of the ingredients.
I can help you, Baba.
Oh, poo. Now that you mention it, I'd really like some elderberry pie, with or without ice cream. You're right. He did bring us a mandrake, didn't he? And it made such a lovely mousse. Very well. But it means no ice cream for now. So, Mr. Tender Morsel, I'll give you another chance. Bring me some fresh elderberry pie, and I won't have you for dessert. Agreed? Good.
Vigorously, you nod your head in agreement.
Just like old times.
Good. Bring us some fresh elderberry pie, or we'll just settle for Adam's apple pie and minced meat instead. We'll recycle this ice around this fool for iced knee later. Hero lout, now get out.
Well, what have we here? Back in one piece? I sure never expected to see you outside of a quiche again.
Hello. Right. Bonehead. Well, that went just about as well as it went last time. Actually, it went worse for us this time around. More like the first time second time I'd visited Baba Yaga. I have to make her an elderberry pie.
She sent you after an elderberry pie? Well, you're not gonna find that one in the freezer section of your local store.
I don't suppose you know how to make one.
She didn't give you the recipe?
No.
All right, let's see. You'll need a pie pan for starch. You'll need bone meal for a crust, grue goo for flavoring, and elderberry berries, of course.
How would I make bone meal?
Well, it won't be on the shelf with the flour and cornmeal. You'll probably need to make it yourself. Get some bones and grind them. Hey, don't look at me like that. You know, Baba wouldn't like it if you use bones she knows personally, but a bone meal, if you know what I mean.
I know what you mean. It's fine, Bonehead. I wouldn't use you anyway. Grugu? I think I have some here already.
That's the stuff that leaks out of the Dark One's cave. It's kind of like molasses gone bad. Really bad.
Where would I find the elderberry berries?
You'll need to pick them right off the elderberry bush. Careful or you'll make it cry. There's nothing worse than elderberry wines.
The pie pan, we know where that's located already. Where would I find the elderberry bush? We already know where it's located, but I want to see what he says.
I don't know much about it. I don't get around much after all. I think it's a mean green to the northwest.
Thanks,
Hey,
Bonehead.
careful around it. If you destroy it, you'll make Baba very displeased with you. On the other hand, it could destroy you.
How's Baba Yaga, by the way?
Boy, I can't believe she didn't eat you. I guess the sweet tooth is bothering her again. Fortunately for you, she didn't get a yearning for sweet breads instead.
All right, Bonehead, thank you. I'll see you later then.
Good luck with the elderberry bush. You'll need it.
Thanks. It's not that tough, everyone. Let's quickly do this while we're here.
You put the bones into the huge mortar. Now what?
We grind them up.
You work the pestle back and forth in the mortar. It's hard work, but after a while you manage to grind the bones into a fine bone meal with almost the consistency of flour.
Then we can take the bones.
You fill the flask with powdery bone meal from the mortar.
Let's do this again. To my knowledge, we can't use the bones for anything else.
You put the bones into the huge mortar. Now what? You work the pestle back and forth in the mortar.
And we'll grab some of that as well.
You fill the flask with powdery bone meal from the mortar.
And those are our bones. Okay, cool. All right, everyone, we're going to stop here. Thank you guys for watching. When we come back, we'll assemble this elderberry pie for Baba Yaga and give it to her as promised. All right, everyone. Well, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you guys for watching, and take care, everyone.